I will use clear and concise language to explain the working principle of GFW and the earliest method to bypass it, which is VPN. This video is very important, so please watch it patiently. Afterward, you will understand why VPN has become outdated and often encounters issues during usage. GFW is a technological measure adopted by the Chinese government to implement internet censorship for users in mainland China. Few people outside of China provide detailed explanations on this issue because they do not face the same circumstances. This video series will focus on content related to bypassing the Great Firewall. I plan to create multiple episodes. If you plan to reside in China for a period of time, spending a few minutes watching this video will be very helpful to you. In the absence of GFW, the operation of a network communication data packet is as follows. Firstly, a data packet request is sent from the local computer, passing through the local network and entering the backbone network. It then goes through DNS for resolving the English characters you input into the actual IP address of the server you want to connect to. For example, when you input google.com, DNS resolves it into a real server address such as this. The data packet then goes through the resolved address and enters the international gateway before finally reaching the corresponding server. The server processes your data and returns a data packet, which is then sent back to your computer. This is the communication process of a data packet in the absence of GFW. After the implementation of GFW, the process of a network communication data packet remains similar. Your local computer still sends a data packet to Google, which passes through your local network and enters the backbone network. It goes through DNS resolution as well. However, GFW employs methods to block internet access, such as DNS poisoning. As data packets are sent via HTTP, which is plaintext traffic, GFW can detect certain content within the traffic. Once GFW detects that you are accessing Google, it will return an incorrect server address, preventing you from accessing Google. In addition to DNS poisoning, GFW also uses keyword blocking as another method to restrict internet access. If the data stream you transmit contains sensitive words, the connection will be interrupted. Furthermore, GFW may block specific IP servers and ports to prevent the use of VPN or SSL connections. Over time, GFW keeps a record of and blocks identified overseas IP addresses, resulting in the blocking of numerous foreign websites. The above describes the general working methods of GFW, but it is not limited to this. As time progresses, new ways of blocking connections may emerge. At the same time, users will also adopt new methods to circumvent these obstacles, creating an ongoing cat and mouse game. Next, I will introduce some mainstream methods of bypassing internet censorship and their working principles. After the deployment of GFW, based on the working principles, we can determine that as long as GFW cannot detect the true intent of my data packets, I can bypass it by connecting to a server that GFW deems reasonable and use it as a relay to perform the desired actions, encrypting the results and transmitting them back to me. This logic has been widely applied in earlier methods of circumventing censorships, such as HTTP proxies, VPNs, and SSH proxies. Taking SSH proxy as an example, the general process is as follows. The computer on the local network sends a data packet requesting the establishment of an encrypted channel. It connects to the backbone network, performs domain name resolution, and identifies that I want to access a foreign server that I have authorized to access, instead of Google or Facebook. It then allows the packet to pass through and decrypts it at the relay server to reveal the actual address I want to access. The packet is then forwarded to Google. The returned data is sent back to the relay server, passing through the firewall, and finally transmitted back to the local computer. This process perfectly circumvents the effective detection methods of the GFW. Firstly, my data traffic is no longer in plain text, but encrypted, making it impossible for the GFW to see any keywords within it. Secondly, during the DNS resolution process, the GFW identifies that I am accessing an allowed server instead of Google, allowing the DNS resolution to proceed normally. However, there is a problem here. The GFW has gradually discovered that an increasing amount of traffic adopts a similar pattern. First, sending a request packet to establish an encrypted connection with a server, followed by proxy requests. This creates what is known as signature. VPNs and HTTP proxies were once very popular, but later, due to too many users using this method to bypass the GFW took two measures. Firstly, it blocked the ports used by VPNs. If you want to continue using a VPN, you need to apply to authorities and acquire approval. Secondly, it gradually accumulated a list of IP addresses that provide VPN services and block them. Through such suppressions, the use of VPNs as a proxy for bypassing the GFW gradually disappeared. VPN technology was not developed specifically to bypass the Great Firewall's censorship and restrictions. Its primary use is for enterprise networks. For example, a company based in Beijing may have branch offices in Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. They need to connect these branches together to share resources, collaborate, and improve work efficiency. However, traditional dedicated line connections are expensive and not affordable for small and medium-sized enterprises. Virtual Private Network (VPN) utilizes a cost-effective public network, primarily the Internet, to transmit private data. It offers a cost advantage compared to traditional dedicated line connections, making it popular among many business and telecommunication operators. Therefore, VPN for bypassing restrictions is not suitable for foreigners in China. It often encounters situations where it stops working after a period of time. Additionally, VPN is just one type of tool for bypassing restrictions, and it is incorrect to use VPN as a general term for all such tools. Please refrain from making such statements in the future. In the next video, I will introduce the most reliable and effective method of using the SOCKS 5 protocol for bypassing restrictions. Once you understand its principles, you will realize that it is much more efficient than VPN and also easy to use. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.